Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of The Lab. In this one, we've got Tribe versus Zygnus. This is going to be a domination on Summit. Just a quick little tidbit right before we get into it. This one, you don't get to see the very first few waves. It does kind of jump into it on broadcast when each team was just about shy of 20 points, but for the remainder of the game from that point on, I do believe that they showed the map in its entirety, so definitely one that we can take a look at. The majority of it is able to be watched, and definitely an entertaining one that I think that we can learn from. If you did watch the other video that we put on this series, this is the third game of the Tribe versus Zygnus Heat 2 match. After Tribe beat Na'Vi, they went on to play Zygnus. Tribe does go on to win this matchup 3-0, and then from here on, it kind of goes how it goes. So without further ado, I will hop into this one and see if we can learn a thing or two. Cool. Alright, we're go. We're green for go. This one again, from the intro, Tribe versus Zygnus, the Summit Domination. Here we go. What I was talking about right here, that they started both maps, or rather they started this map a little bit into the game, so each team is just shy of 20 points. But just quick little things that we can kind of point out. Tribe's on the C side to start. This is largely considered the good side. This A side is Zygnus, largely considered the quote-unquote bad side. Again, I think it depends on who you ask, how they kind of go about starting each side, but I think the consensus is good here. And if I was to just get a color switcher, not to switch that, but good and bad. So good and then bad right over here. So what makes the C side very good and what makes the A side kind of shit? We'll get into kind of the starting sides on each map as we kind of go on in this channel, but there are some unique things about this map and the C flag that aren't present in every single map. C is really unique because it is one of the only flags in the game that outright you can stop people from capping. So there are other examples of this. Another good example of, let me think. What's a good example of a flag that you can knock people off of? The A, I think, on firing range, the flag that's on the wood. There's one more that you can knock somebody off of, but I cannot exactly remember. But you can definitely stop the C cap at the start of the game if you so choose. A has the privilege of being able to get to this top area with some pretty nice timing and shoot down onto the C flag before it's fully capped. A also has the initial advantage of being able to get into the B site with head glitch positions and even potentially fast cap if they wanted to. But you'll see oftentimes teams on A are having to choose if they want to knock off the C flag or fast cap on the B flag. You oftentimes cannot do both. Really hard to do both. So again, can't really see what happened at the start of the game, but one can assume that since Tribe has a lot of progress already on the flag, that maybe Zygnus tried to fast cap and it just didn't work out for them. So we'll kind of go as we go about that. What makes C really strong? Well, once you get this C and B flags kind of allocated, and you're spawning the other team on this A site, they've just really got nowhere to go. That is going to give them loads and loads of options. Every single place from here on forward, if you're the A team, is into a funnel. You get this mid lane right here, that's a funnel. Lots of easy gunfights can be won there. You get top, that's a very narrow lane. And you have a very narrow bottom lane here in the bottom snow area. So definitely very hard to get out of the A flag if you are Zygnus. You'll see that teams don't want to be here. So oftentimes they'll try their best to flip the flag or just kind of brute through the B and try to flip the spawn, but it's almost always trying to flip to the C side. So if you're Tribe, you're in a really nice spot. You've got your C flag capped, you've got progress on B, and you're holding this top lane. This is just going to cut off this middle part here. So I don't have to necessarily worry about this if I'm the other teammates on Tribe. pretty easy for us to just kind of look over mid and deal with that. The only thing that Band cannot see on this right side is this pathway that leads to the bottom. But Band's in a unique position if he's sounding. Kind of see him right here. He's got some headphones on. If he's sounding while he's staring at this, you can hear footsteps. People kind of traveling right below you. So nice little spot for Band that kind of does two jobs. He is able to watch the top rush on a very nice head glitch and also give information to his team if he feels like he's being flanked. That opens up the board for the other 4 players, Band, Childs, or I'm sorry, Envy, Bolu, and Childs, and Marshy as well to do a lot of work in the middle part of the map. So we'll kind of go on as we do. Kind of take a look at where these Zygnus players are spawning right after this this kill right here, but they're spawning super deep on this A flag, and every single path that they take is very narrow. You're seeing here, Bolu's already at the base of the stairs. Assuming that you know, they'd have more map control and the flag would already be capped, a typical hold for B would be like, I don't know, sitting here on this little head glitch watching the door. Maybe you'd sit on the top area here. Maybe you'd sit on one of these computers and watch these doorways right here. That's kind of the strength of the C side. You get them in those little funnels. On the flip side here, look at kind of where Zygnus gets to. They get to this computer right here. You can even get to this little corner on the other side of this box right here. At the start of the map, initially right after starting on the A side, you can run really fast and get to these power positions. So A at the start of the game has some really nice running lanes, but once you're not at the start of the game and you're kind of in these wave after wave relay spawning, it gets very hard, and Tribe has the advantage. So as we can see here, Zygnus is just going to chew through some kills right here, and Tribe is going to flip the spawn. So we have to wonder, well, why does this happen? So let's actually try to rewind a little bit and see where the kills are. So we've got 2 spawning super deep here, and Tribe spawning deep on their C flag. As far as this is concerned, it's just even, straight up stalemate. The majority of your players, if we're cutting the map right down in the middle, the side that you have the majority on is the side that you should spawn on, regardless of if the flag is capped or not. So you cut it right here. A lot of Tribe players on the C side, they're going to spawn on the C side. A lot of Tribe Zygnus players on the A side, they'll spawn over there. Now, as we're kind of pushing up, and we're again cutting this map in half right here, look at where 1 and 4 is. Let's clear this up again and get this drawn right down the middle right here. Well, pretend that this was perfectly cut. Boom, right here. And we'll just rewind real quick. Again, right, even. Lots of Tribe players on the right. They're spawning here. Zygnus on the left. They're spawning there. We chew through these kills, and now we've got kind of a little bit of a majority here. We've got a guy on the flag here. Although these guys spawned up on the previous flag, we have enough happening on the right side, Tribe's side, that we were able to flip the spawn. So we just got to deal with a couple little stragglers, because again, this is still Tribe's home flag. And once you deal with these guys, it's easy flip. And now you just cap the C flag, or the A flag rather. So when you're hopping a flag, you'd love to have a trophy. It doesn't look like Just got that down, but Zygnus should certainly waste no time here capping this flag. Nice Predator to come out, and a nice wipe for Zygnus, and they flip the flag. So this is really hard to do. And Zygnus does it very quickly, but don't get mistaken, that's super difficult. Tribe's very good at winning gunfights, and doing this and being on the same page is really hard. So let's try to cross-reference again with this line that we cut down the middle if our spawn theory is kind of holding up. So majority of Tribe players on the left so far with who's alive, they're going to spawn over here. Notice that C flag is still Tribe's. That doesn't matter because the majority of the Tribe players are on this A side. So Zygnus has flipped the spawns. Notice that 4 here, Kimwax, isn't quite convinced that Tribe has stopped spawning there. So he's still kind of looking at the spawn. And once he gets his teammate 1 just to spawn there, he's pretty confident that the spawn has flipped. And he would be right. They can go for the C flag now. We've got Cheto in a really nice spot on the top. Sorry, pardon me. And he's in a nice area, again, kind of similar to where Band was before, where he can see this area, this kind of come up area on the left, but he's also in a nice spot where nobody should pass him without sound, triggering him to give a call out or something. So at this point, given that you've killed all of the tribe players, and you know this because you've counted every single kill that you've gotten, let's flip it again. Let's just rewind real quick. So here, there's 1. Your Zygnus, this is 2. You're looking for 3 more. Right about 3 more, and you get another 2 kills. And at that point, since we've gotten deep on their side, we should know that all 5 are on the opposite side of the map. So we don't have to worry about anybody else spawning there. Confirm the spawn just in case. And all of the guys are still on the other side. So here, if we're Zygnus, definitely should have no worry that tribe is spawning behind us. Here, you'd love to hold the top. You don't want to put too many people on the C flag because you do still have B control. You want to try to get to reinforcing that. You leave 1 guy, maybe 2 guys there. Drone will come out. That's really nice. Throw a trophy on your A flag, or rather your C flag, and get the rest of these guys up to the flag, just to try to stop the next wave that's coming up into B. So you're going to see here, which is really, really interesting, because a lot of teams tribe kind of spawning on the A side. Obviously, they're going to trade the A flag, but they don't want to go for B. They're actually going to try again to flip the C flag immediately. So what tribe does here is they challenge that wave of Zygnus, and they put them in a position where this next wave here that matters, or rather this next wave here is what will ultimately decide if the spawn trap kind of goes into effect. So let's just watch how this plays out for a little bit and rewind. There it goes. We'll play it out a little more. And that's pretty much it. There it goes. So the wave is down. So how do we kind of go on about this? So at the start of the spawn flip, so this is fresh off that mid wave where Zygnus flipped it. This is the immediate next wave, I believe, that tribe is spawning up on from the A side. We've got 4 really nicely positioned band at the staircase on this like really nice head glitch, and the drone is going to come out and ping him. It does not matter if he's pinged or not. He's on a super powerful head glitch, and if you're Zygnus, quite honestly, since you have no mid-map control, you should know that there's a guy there anyway. All the drone is going to do is confirm that there's a guy there. You can maybe get the kill with the drone, but it's not going to. It's probably not likely. So it just confirms that he's there, and Band is going to be in a really nice spot. Zygnus will flip the flag, but they still have the B flag control, and Tribe at the start of the approach, they're going to try to get uniquely into this C side. So 2 will get dead, or rather will be killed. They're going to spawn again, back over here. There they go. And Zygnus, if you're Zygnus at this point, you're counting. 1, 2, you want to get 3 people dead, but you still have the 2 cap. So while you are counting, you're not trying to bite off more than you can chew. That's why you don't see Cheto sprinting through this, because he understands that we have the B flag. We don't have to do more than they do right now. Tribe's the one that has to break this at this point. Band being at the staircase this entire time, remember, fresh off of that first wave where he spawn flipped, is really, really, really stopping Zygnus, even though they have the good spawns, from coming through into their hall. This hall right here. Stopping Zygnus from coming into this hall right here off of this good spawn in the back and getting more map control. He's pretty much, again, just cutting it right down. So if he's at the base of this staircase and he's watching this entrance to the B site, well, where are the entrances to the B site? There's one right here, very common one. And then when you spawn here, you can like hop up. You can go top and kind of drop down in the window, or you go to C and you kind of go through the bottom. So he's eliminating an entire lane. This is giving Tribe room on the map to push up and make a play here. And we can also see that 5 is really deep on the spawn as well. So we kind of punch back here a little bit. Marshy, the everlasting pest that he is on the map sometimes, he is going to take an alternate route from the majority of his team. Bands in the middle, holding down a lane. We've got 3 tribe players pushing on the top, trying to challenge the spawn flip on this side. If they get these kills, the spawn is flipped immediately. But if this doesn't work, Marshy can free run through the bottom. And all he wants to do is get all the way down here, deep into this little spot. And any kills at all that his team is able to find, he just tries his best to run up into the spawn, get deeper, or try to block. So what Marshy's doing, he's trying to block the C spawn. We've still got tribe guys spawning on the A side, but Marshy's now deep in the spawn here. 4 knows that he's there, or rather he's in the drone. He doesn't know that he's there, and Marshy's going to be able to get the kill onto Kimwax. If I'm Marshy, at this point, I should be trying very, very hard to block the C spawn. And again, he doesn't have to do it since we've got our little majority rule, but if, let's say, he didn't know that, all he would really have to do is run towards the C spawn and try to block it. And you only have to do that until your teammate spawns up in the back and you know the job is done. So now he's going to be able to push up on this mid map, and Zygnus has once again flipped the spawn, and they're on the bad side now. So same kind of thing now. Just finally is able to defend the flag. He's going to get into a little corner here, try to see if he can cheese it, but Bolu's ready for it. He's going to get that guy out. And now Bolu and Tribe want to just hold the line. Now they've got the 2 cap, and the same rules apply. You just draw this line right down the middle. Still a lot of Tribe players on the left. We should be spawning on the right, or rather on the right. We should be spawning on the right. Zygnus is still on this left side, so these kills will spawn Zygnus on the left side. Still no majority for Zygnus on the right. Strong CB being held right now. And Zygnus just being forced to run through these funnels. They're getting mowed down. Try to pay attention to the time. There's only 10 points left, so we don't have to do anything crazy. Don't want to feed streaks. Quite honestly, if you're Zygnus, you can afford to chill out here. Like, you're going to lose the half. It's okay. Just try not to feed. Very aggressive, very nicely played. So let's look at this, right? And kind of see. I get questions about this all the time. Well, Tribe's pushing now onto the Zygnus side. The game's about to end, so there's no real relevance to this, but let's say, fuck man, how do I do this? Okay. Let's say that here's our little line. Where are the spawns for the C flag? Here. You get like maybe one here. Where's the spawn for the A flag? It's fucking right here. Straight up. So these are the only spawns. You see this spawn deep left or they spawn deep right. I can, if I am this 2-capping team, any team 2-capping, A, B, C, B, it doesn't matter. I can, if I really wanted to, take this 2-cap and fucking just go be balls deep aggressive onto the other side and relay kills. I can do that. The only thing that I would most definitely need to do is keep control of my spawn. So how would I do that? Well, I could, on this guy, let's say the round's not about to end. Let's say it's like 40 to 40 or some shit like that. But my team has the 2-cap. And my team has the 2-cap, but they want to be really aggressive on the A side. If I'm this guy, the guy who most recently died, in this case it's banned, I would literally just sit in the spawn. Just sit somewhere in the back here and anchor this side. You do your best to stand here and block it, and you pretty much give your team free reign on the map to go up and relay kills. If you're blocking your spawn, then there is nowhere else for Zygnus to spawn. In this case it's Zygnus, but there would be nowhere else for that team to spawn but the spawn associated with their flag. You see teams do this and it turns into triple caps a lot of the time. We'll see if we get that in the second half, but I hope that makes sense. So let's see the opening start with tribe. Again, remember, what are the strengths of the A site? Well, you can knock off C. What up? So you can knock off C from capping, or you can challenge it. You can't challenge A. And notice how if you're on the C side, you can't do shit. A is going to get capped no matter what. But if you're on the A side, you can definitely try your best to contest the C flag. So you can either contest the top, or you go and you fast cap B. Can't do both. Envy's able by himself, and this is a superstar play, honestly, it's very good. By himself is able to stop the C cap. But that's the strength of this side. Look at where Envy is by the time. Look at the progress of the C flag and look at how far up Envy gets on the map before it's capped. And they've got 2 people standing there. 2 people capturing. The flag's only halfway capped before, realistically, if you're a player on the A side, you're able to challenge it. It's halfway capped. If you have more people, let's say if you have 4, it'll get capped beforehand. That's why you try to fast cap your flag to stop this from happening. But this just goes to show that you can do it with 1 person, you can do it with 3, you can do it. It doesn't matter. You can challenge this flag from being captured. And Envy is able to get a nade kill and a gun kill to knock them off. Now that's super, super, super important. Super important. For what reason? Let's look at the state of the map right now and cut this down the middle. Because this goes into like my dumb theory. What is not true about this that I said last map? I'll give you guys, or rather last round. I'll give you guys a little bit of time to think about that. Maybe pause it for a little bit. Give you another second. Cool. All right. So what's true about this position that isn't true about the other position that we were talking about? Notice how 2, Cheto, actually spawned on the A side. Now that makes no sense. You'd wonder, well, how does that make any sense at all? Zygnus has still a majority on the C side. You would think that 2 should spawn on C. Well, you would be wrong. That rule only applies when your home flag is captured, right? So A is captured for tribe. A is currently getting points from the what's it called? From the flag capture. But Zygnus has not captured the C flag yet. So what the game wants to do is the game wants to spawn you away from things that it considers dangerous. You just got knocked off the C flag. And as far as the game is concerned, the game doesn't think that that's safe anymore. So it's going to spawn this person out right here until this flag is captured, and it gives the I guess the engine the idea that this is now home base. At this point, just because the flag is progressed, there is no home base for Zygnus. So because we have knocked off of the flag here and we're pushing on the mid part of the map, we're going to get some weird wonky spawning now. Even if it's just 1, we get that weird wonky spawn, and you can definitely use that. We can see that specific mechanic a lot on Hackney Yard. That's why teams try not to cap that C flag, because you can definitely manipulate it a little bit. So we'll see how that plays out. But they're able to clean that up. But definitely something to keep in mind. This happens, this spawn trap, or rather this outspawn, it's not so crazy. This definitely happens for a reason. It's because the game doesn't think that your C flag is safe. Now, in no fucking world ever should 4 spawn right behind them, but you know, COD Mobile things. So. It is what it is. Zygnus has progressed onto B a little bit. If you're Marshy, or rather if you're any player, he at this point can't really get to the base of the stairs, but the best spot for Marshy to be is right here in this corner where Band was in the previous round. You want to get up onto that little spot right here, because again, once you get to this corner, sorry, we'll circle it so that you can see it. Once you get into this corner, you cut off the lane entirely, almost entirely. It's very hard. You take an entire lane away from them, and it makes it very difficult. So not only sitting in this corner does it cut off a lane, but it gives your teammates time, space rather, to come up and get up into this mid with you. Tio, he's snow wrapping. Let's just drop this little line right here. Definitely want to be very careful with this snow wrap on the bottom. But now we've got a majority of Zygnus on the other side. Or rather, well, it's actually 3-3 right now. We've got majority for tribe on the right side. Wait, what? Yeah, so we got 3 and 3, so there's 2, 3 here. And then we've got 3 Zygnus players there. And we've got 2 and 1 right here. Who's dead right now? Zygnus player dead, and 2-2. So it was even. They got a lucky spawn there. Or rather, they got a nice spawn there because it was even. No majority. And Zygnus is able to relay this. Hopefully you finish the cap. Very nice. Now you have to deal with the drone. Drone's obviously really nice, but it's not gonna, give you free kills. Definitely have to win them. It's still very hard to take those. And just again, really nice spot. He's cutting off this top lane, and this bottom he can sound it. Nice pred for relay kills. And look at the strength of this Zygnus in mid. The only issue so far is that you get this kid, Envy, in the corner here. So he knows that he's kind of the odd man out. He's just got to try to get a couple kills here, but Zygnus will snap on that. And here, the spawn trap is in full effect. You've dealt with everybody. You've got the CB, so we'll cut it right down the middle here and just play it out for a little bit. Again, check out the tribe, people. I'm not going to waste too much time sprinting through mid. Don't want to do that. They take really unique approaches here. So Zygnus just got wiped out of the mid part. Now, again, let's kind of look at how that happens. Rewind a little bit to where the wave, you've got to deal with it. Although Just is up here, he's really just paying attention to what's going to come up here. He's not at all like addressing or doing anything about these guys getting through this lane and getting through the bottom here. So again, just draw this little line right down the middle. Now it's, I mean, Tribe has full control of mid. Pretty much, well, not full control, but it's definitely very tightly contested. So something like this happening, a series of kills here for Tribe, this will very quickly turn into a spawn flip if you're not careful. And there goes the first life spawning out. So from here, this 3 guy should be blocking that spawn for Tribe. So anybody that dies on Tribe now, you get the second guy to spawn here, the second Zygnus player. Any Tribe players that are dead here at this point, they'll spawn across the map. Oop. Wait, what? On green? What? They should spawn across the map, rather. Ooh, the 3 spawn. What? Green? Huh? I haven't seen this before. Really weird. How? So why is? See how we're learning together? I've never seen this green spawn ever. Very odd. Very odd. Really weird. Well, they'll get the B cap. Okay, well that's fucking crazy. I think this is where COD Mobile is just straight up dog trash, like garbage. This is where the game's spawning. Whoever the fucking developer was that decided to just straight up destroy these spawns he's smoking a fat one, because this should never happen. You get full on Zygnus spawns here. This guy, you should reward your team. You should reward the team that smashed Zygnus in mid map, and you should give 3 the C spawn. You should not punish Tribe for winning gunfights there. Like, nothing about this says that that spawn should happen. Let's just rewind a little bit. I disagree with that spawn a lot. And I think that COD Mobile could definitely benefit from revamping a little bit. Even though Tribe is holding the AB flags, it's still very hard to hold this. The Zygnus position is a lot better. Goliath coming down, so we'll definitely look to make sure our Tempest player is getting into a nice spot. That's going to be Marshy right here. And I do believe he has it in his pocket, so he's just trying to get into a little spot here to deal with the Goliath. We just saw spawn flip, so let's just try to see if our little theory holds up. A, B. So why does this happen? One is deep on the spawn, but we've got Childs as well closing in on that. So it's a contested spawn, and definitely not safe. Well, what is safe on the map? This spawn right here. So the engine's like, that's dangerous. Let's spawn away. Kimwax heads up. Teammates spawn out, and there goes Marshy. Really nice. Dealt with the Goliath. So if you're Tribe, you just cap the C flag here. And again, very nice position for him to be in. He's going to be able to get these relay guys off the spawn. That's heads up. That's all he has to worry about now. You just sit in this little corner and you let him come to you. Hopefully your teammates reinforce B a little bit. Huge kills there. You can slide away, that's great. What in the chateau? 2? Chato's just like, I'm not gonna help you guys. Dies. You've got a minute 44 left. Game's definitely not over yet, but Zygnus needs to go fucking ballistic. There's 2 kills. You've got that little bit of space here. You're gonna hop on the B flag. Very nice so far. You would love to get somebody at the base of these stairs. That's very important. Here comes the fuckery, and no trophy is going to let Tribe get a really nice stun, and the utility is going to come out. Huge one to Tio. Loses it. Fuck. So there's no way you can tell me that 4 of these Zygnus guys don't have a trophy. Look, there goes Cheto's got a trophy. Cheto has a trophy, doesn't throw it. I don't want to blame it on Cheto. Envoy has a trophy, doesn't throw it. Tio's got a stun, so he can't trophy it. You've got to get those trophies down, man. Might have been too little too late. 10 points, though, but actually, let's do the math. Let's say they cap this. They would have had to put up 7, and these guys would be ticking 2. So in 7 ticks, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 4, 5. I don't know the exact math. I think Zygnus might tie the game. 10 points? I don't know. It would be very, very close if Zygnus got that cap. It would be super close. But Tribe's gonna pull that one out. So let's try to recap a little bit. We'll rewind. Right here. Alright, so super quick. C side, you can knock it off. Or rather, the A flag, you can knock off C, you can fast cap B, so you definitely want to choose one of those. Nice positions on the top are kind of double-edged, so if you can get them, definitely want to make sure that your ears are open just as much as your eyes. A is a fucking not fun place to play from. Definitely don't want to be on A. And a whole lot of C spawn flipping. Really just a battle for C spawns. And then from there, that's pretty much the map. So that was it for this map. Definitely had some interesting things I haven't seen before, so I'm always happy to watch these games back myself and learn a little bit, see if I can spot anything that I otherwise wouldn't have. But that's pretty much it. So Tribe does go on again. Reminder, that's the 3-0. There it goes. Zygnus at this point of the tournament would go down to 0 and 2. Tribe would start the roll with a 2-0 victory. And from here on out, beginning of the end for Zygnus, and the beginning of a great run for Tribe as well. So without further ado, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully we'll put that one out in just a little bit, record it, and get it plastered. Peace.